What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're going to check out some awesome battles submitted to the channel by a member of the community, Blepner, so shout out to them. Thank you for sharing these battles with us. As you can see over there, they do have Swampert, Mandibuzz, and a Shadow Skuntank, which is going to be the featured Pokemon for this video. We'll have to see how well it performs, but Skuntank is an absolute monster in the Great League. Shadow variant and XL for Ultra League is going to be very interesting. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this team and these battles, and let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, getting into this first battle here, we have Swampert on the lead versus a shiny Granbull right here. We'll have to see if it's Charm or Snarl, and it is going to be the Charm variant. Now, they do have a great counter in the back with Skuntank, but Swampert right here can still do well, right? Hydro Cannons do a lot of neutral damage in this matchup, and we do see a shield as well, which is very nice here for the Swampert. Now, we'll probably see one more shield come out, or hopefully Swampert can get another shield out before the charge move does come through, but that is unfortunate. Here comes the charge move. They're going to go ahead and let it go and probably come in with the Skuntank right here to farm down, and no shield as well. So yeah, Skuntank is going to come in, farm down, and we'll have to see what is going to be in the back. It is going to be a Swampert in the back, which means they're going to be going for Crunch right here. It's going to do quite a bit of neutral damage, and we might see a swap into that Mandibuzz as well. No shield right there. The defense drop as well. They do swap into the Mandibuzz, and we've seen Empoleon now come into this matchup. Mandibuzz is extremely bulky, everyone, and with Snarl and Dark Pulse, they can do so much neutral damage against this Empoleon. So things are actually looking pretty good here, considering they also have two shields. Now, they have to be concerned about that energy that is on Swampert in the back, but we will see the first shield on the Mandibuzz right here go up to stop that Hydro Cannon. We also see this Dark Pulse now come through. I don't think it's going to be enough to take out Empoleon, and they decide not to shield as well, which means they can farm down with Snarl right here. This is definitely ideal for Mandibuzz, but question, are they going to shield it or are they not? They are going to go ahead and shield, which means they can farm down, but that Swampert does have a Hydro Cannon ready to go, and I think 2 Hydro Cannons will be enough to take out the Swampert. So here comes that Dark Pulse. We will see the shield go up on the Swampert right there, and we'll have to see if they decide to go for a sack swap or just decide to stay in it right here and look to land a Dark Pulse. Now, Swampert does have a Hydro Cannon. Is it going to be enough? No. One more. Will they be able to get it in time? Man, Mandibuzz, is it bulky enough to survive this second Hydro Cannon right here? Let's see. Yeah, barely able to hang on. Actually still has a decent amount of HP, considering Mudshots wouldn't be able to take it down. So Mandibuzz just showing just how strong it can be. They do need to swap into the Skuntank and take it out, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. Alright, moving into this next one. We will have to see how this goes. We have Swampert on the lead versus Melmetal. Obviously a very, very positive matchup right here. So we'll have to see how this plays out. Now, this is actually an open Ultra League, I think, considering that we see Melmetal right here. But let's see how this plays out. We're going to go ahead and see the superpower right away, and they do swap into the Politoed, so we will see the Mandibuzz now come into the matchup. If Politoed does have Blizzard, that's going to be very ideal, and it's going to have to land it, but Mandibuzz can't survive a Blizzard. That's just how crazy bulky the Flying Umbreon is. So I'm going to move my mic a little bit right here. I feel like I'm far away. Okay, maybe I have been far away. I don't know. We'll see. But Charge Move now coming through. It is going to be Weather Ball right there. Doesn't do too much damage and a no shield. Like we said, Mandibuzz can survive the Blizzard, so there's no reason to shield early. And these Dark Pulses are really going to start adding up. So much so that Mandibuzz might be able to completely farm down right here, or the opponent decides to surrender. Hey, that's going to be a good game. Alright, moving into this next battle. I think this is open Ultra League. We have Swampert on the lead versus Stunfisk. Alright, this is definitely a very positive lead right here for them. We do see a swap out into the Abomasnow, and the Shadow Skuntank is going to come in ripping right here. Poison Jabs do super effective damage in the matchup because of the grass typing. Energy Ball is resisted right there, so I'm confused why they didn't go for the Weather Balls for neutral damage, right? But Crunch is going to be coming through. It's going to put a lot of pressure, but the Abomasnow decides not to shield. The Skuntank can almost farm down. Can they survive a Weather Ball, though? We will have to see. It is going to be the Weather Ball. Yeah, they're definitely able to survive right there. And these Skuntanks should be able to get to a crunch in time versus this Swampert actually right here. This is going to do quite a bit of damage and really put pressure on them to shield. And this also allows them, and they do get the shield as well, this also allows them to align Mandibuzz to the Swampert and Swampert to the G-Stunfisk with shield advantage. So things are looking very good. We saw how much damage those Hydro Cannons did in Game 1. Not too much, which means Mandibuzz doesn't need to shield right here. They can easily save both shields for their Swampert, and they're going to go ahead and go for Dark Pulses. I think 2 Dark Pulse might be enough to take out a Swampert, so we will have to see a Swap Out or a shield come up. Oh yeah, it's barely just going to be 2 right here. So let's see how this plays out. I think this is definitely a game locked in the bag, considering they still have 2 shields. They still have their Swampert. The opponent's going to have to swap out at some point, which they do right here. And we did see the Dark Pulse be thrown, but they wanted to cancel it, hopefully, and try to swap, but they didn't get that. So we will now see the Swampert now come into the matchup, build up on energy, and go for these Hydro Cannons. Just let them rip. It does super effective damage, and a lot at that, which means you're going to be forcing these final shields right here. Oh man, that's just so much damage. They're going to go ahead and go for another Hydro Cannon, force that shield, and then close this game out. So things are looking very good. Obviously, having good answers for the backline as well really helps out when you win lead. But yeah, that is going to be a good game. Blocks the Earthquake as well, so that is definitely a good shield right there. They need to throw this Hydro Cannon, I think. No, they're going to go ahead and just try to commit to the farm down. Earthquake coming through, most likely. And they are going to be letting it go. No, it's going to be a Rock Slide, so not enough to get to it right there. That's going to be a good call. And we do see the swap back into Swampert, but they have a Hydro Cannon ready to go. And that is going to be a good game. Very well played right there. All right. Moving to this next one, we got Swampert on the lead versus Cresselia. Okay, this is definitely open Ultra League right there, so I'm sorry about the graphic. I might change that on the fly right here. We saw Cresselia into Swampert, and now we see Mandibuzz into Registeel. Let's see if we can change that. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and take this one off and put Ultra League. Live edits coming in hot. Let's move it over a bit. There we go. All right, live edits coming in hot. So Registeel into Mandibuzz. The Focus Blast, Flash Cannons are all going to be doing a lot of neutral damage, but Mandibuzz is very bulky. But considering this Cresselia as well might have an answer for the Skuntank, if it does have, well, I mean, they're going to be doing neutral damage because of the dark poison typing, but Cresselia is a very nice matchup versus Swampert and Skuntank. So we'll have to see how this plays out, but Mandibuzz can really put the pressure here because of the Dark Pulse spam. So we may see the Registeel need to shield here, especially if this Mandibuzz can get to one more, but they're going to go ahead and swap back into Swampert, save their Mandibuzz, and this Cresselia is going to be coming out. Now, the thing you have to worry about with Cresselia is it has access to Grass Knot, which is going to be doing super effective damage, right? That water ground typing, so we'll have to see if they do have it or if it's a Future Sight Moonblast variant right here, which means it's not Legacy. But Hydro Cannons are just going to be flying out, trying to chip down this Cresselia as much as they can, and we're going to see a no shield right here. So this could be the Grass Knot. No, it's going to be Moonblast variant, which means this Swampert is definitely going to have a much better matchup versus the Cresselia, because obviously they're not going to get near one shot by that charge move, right? So Hydro Cannon, no shield right there from the Cresselia as well, which means Swampert, oh, they're going to let this go. It's going to be a race to the next charge move, and we'll have to see how this plays out. Hopefully they can get to the Hydro Cannon in time, barely able to get to it, and we might see that Registeel come back in and farm down. So we'll have to see what the opponent decides to do. They decide to let it go, and we're going to see a Snorlax come in, a Shadow Snorlax. So the XL Shadow Skuntank right here is going to come in and start ripping with these poison jabs, doing neutral damage. And they can't really swap out into the Registeel to try to catch the charge move because the crunch would take them out. So we are going to see the shields now go on the Snorlax. So charge move now coming through. Could be an Earthquake. Oh, they're going to no shield. It's just going to be body slams. It's just going to be body slams. But still, those body slams do a lot of damage. We do see another crunch come through now. So this is actually going to come down to the wire of who is going to be doing the shields. They decide to double shield right there. And they get the defense drop, which is pretty huge. We will probably start seeing the shields. Yeah, we do see the shields on Skuntank now. They need to be careful about the sack swap into Registeel as well. And Snorlax is looking to get all the shields out. Registeel, I think, has a bit of energy, too. And they're going to go ahead and let it go. They're going to come in with Mandibuzz and start loading up on energy. This is going to be very dangerous right here. They do swap into Registeel to catch the charge move, but I don't think this is going to be enough. Let's see. Dark Pulse does land. Definitely not enough. Registeel. Oh, man. This is going to be so close. They go for the Aerial Ace. I think this is definitely not going to do enough damage, but they have to chip away the health right here. And the time is coming down. They're going to have to shield this charge move. Snorlax as well is almost to a body slam, so this is going to be a very close game. 3 seconds left. Who's going to win? Time's up. Who had more health? We'll never know. We'll never know. Oh, man. All right, moving to this next one. We got Swampert on the lead versus Sirfetch'd. A tough matchup, especially if they do have Leaf Blade right here. So we'll have to see what they decide to do. They're going to go ahead and swap into Mandibuzz and start getting a hit on energy. And they do soak the charge move as well. We'll have to see if it's a Brave Bird, though. It is going to be the Brave Bird. That does unsatisfying amount of damage. I definitely thought that was going to be doing a bit more, but this is an XL Best Buddy Mandibuzz right here. So we will see Aerial Aces now come in against the Alolan Muck. Alolan Muck is absolutely solid in the Ultra League. It has great coverages on the meta, and even stuff you lose to like Swampert, you can still, oh man, they went for Acid Spray. You can still land for neutral damage with Dark Pulses, right? So we're going to see the Aerial Ace now come through. They get a shield as well, which is very interesting. That's going to be very advantageous here for the Swampert, and they're looking to commit to the farm down. But they decided at the last second to throw probably another Acid Spray right here. No, they decided to go for the Dark Pulse. Okay, we are going to see Swampert come back in, go straight for a Hydro Cannon. This is not going to be enough damage to take it out, but they will be able to farm. Oh, they decide to shield as well, and we see the Sirfetch'd come back in. So we will see a Hydro Cannon land, and we might see a swap then into the Skuntank to be able to farm down, which we do. These Poison Jabs are going to do so much damage. Takes out the Sirfetch'd right there. And let's see how this plays out. We will see the Alolan Muck come back in. It's going to be doing Poison Jabs as well. Typically, they run with Snarl, but with so many Charmers in the meta, Poison Jab does make sense. Crunch and Sludge Bomb are both going to be resisted, but that still does a decent amount of damage. Now, is this going to be Acid Spray or Dark Pulse? Both of which are resisted. It is going to be the Acid Spray, so that is a very good no shield right there. They need to get to one more Crunch in order to take it out, and we'll have to see what that final Pokemon is going to be. They still have the Swampert as well in the back and 2 shields. Final Pokemon is going to be a Giratina altered right here. So the Crunch is going to be doing super effective damage, and I'm very curious to see how much it'll actually do in this matchup. Giratina altered cannot be slept on as well, and this is going to be a race. They have to get to this Earthquake in time to do a lot of neutral damage, and they do get to it. Giratina is loading up though, and it could still potentially win right here. Depending on, oh no, that Earthquake did way more damage. That means the Crunch is going to be a good game. They're going to go ahead and let this go right here. Dragon Claw will barely not take out the Swampert, but they can load up, but they still have a shield, and I think they have Crunch ready to go. They're one fast move away. Oh man, this might be a back-to-back, and it might be a good game. If they have double Dragon Claw right here, I think it's going to be a good game. No, they don't, so they are able to get to the Crunch in time. This is going to be doing super effective damage, taking out the Giratina altered. And that was a close one. That Giratina altered had a lot of energy right there. Alright, moving to this next battle, we have Swampert on the lead versus Giratina altered. Not the best of lead matchups, but they do have answers in the back, and we will see that Skuntank come in. Now we're going to see a Talonflame come in. Oh my gosh, just go straight for the Sludge Bomb. Just boom it out of the sky. No, they're going to go ahead and go for Crunches, both of which will do neutral damage. The Crunch does have that chance to lower the defenses as well, and they'll definitely be getting shield, and Poison Jabs are just tearing through right here. They're going to be able to get to another Crunch as well, forcing that second shield on the Talonflame. No, they decided to let it go. They can safely shield right here, flip this mid-game matchup so that they can line Mandibuzz up with the Giratina altered, so things are looking very good. Keeping 1-to-1 shield as well, so that Skuntank safe swap is absolutely deadly. Now we see a Milotic come into the matchup right here with Dragon Tail, which also has access to Surf and probably running Blizzard as well. But these Crunches are still going to hurt. It doesn't matter what you are. And they get the defense drop as well. This Skuntank is going on a rampage here in the mid game for this battle. The Surf will be enough damage to take out the Skuntank. We're going to see that Swampert now come in. This is an ideal matchup for them because Hydro Cannon is going to be resistant. We see the swap into Mandibuzz, into the Giratina Altered, and talk about the bulkiest counter to Giratina Altered right here. It's going to be the Mandibuzz. Also depends it has Ancient Power, but it doesn't. We just see that it has Dragon Claw, and these Dark Pulses are now going to start flying out. So that's going to be a good game. So definitely a very tough lead, but we saw the power of that Shadow Skuntank on the safe swap, and the opponent does decide to surrender. They know it's going to be a GG. Alright, moving to this next one, we got Swampert on the lead versus Giratina Origin this time. Let's see how this plays out. We're going to see a swap right away into the Skuntank, and let's see what decides to come in. It's going to be a Lapras this time. So with Ice Shard and Surf, it can obviously put a hurt on Skuntank, but again, these crunches, if they can get that debuff, this whole match flips around. So they do land the crunch as well. No debuff though. So will we see a shield here from the Skuntank? They're going to let the first Surf go through, and let's see how this plays out. Hopefully they can get to one more crunch in time. These poison jabs are really adding up. This is going to put a lot of pressure on Lapras to shield. We saw how much damage it did before. There's going to be a shield coming out, which we see. But this Lapras now, I think, might be able to fully commit to the farm down. But they're going to go ahead and let the Skuntank go down right here and probably come back in with Swampert. Now, this is definitely a decent call right here because Swampert having access to Earthquake can do a lot of neutral damage to that Giratina Origin that we did see on the lead. But these Surfs really start to add up, so they can't necessarily fully commit to the farm down. But they're looking to do it, and they might give up a shield. No, they're going to let this go. This is going to be interesting. They might be calling that Lapras is the only counter to Mandibuzz, but they're going to go ahead and bring in the Mandibuzz now and load up on energy as well. So both Pokemon, both Swampert and Mandibuzz, are loaded, and they have double counters right here. Cresselia and Giratina Origin. This Mandibuzz with 2 shields is sitting so good right now. That's a good game. There's literally nothing the opponent can do considering they have 2 shields. And also guessing that Giratina Origin probably is rocking Ominous Wind and Shadow Ball, which means shields are going to let go on the Mandibuzz like we see right here because of Moonblast. That's the one charge move they have to look out for. They get the attack drop though. That's a nice pull on the RNG, but Dark Pulse Mandibuzz closing this game out. So it was very risky right there with Swampert kind of loading up on energy. We do see a swap back into Swampert now. They want to save that Mandibuzz. And the Hydro Cannon I don't think is going to be enough. No, it's not. So they swap into Giratina Origin. They're going to go ahead and just go for as much chip damage as they can right here. It will be resisted, right, because of the dragon typing. But hey, any extra damage is going to be nice. Now, Mandibuzz needs to get rid of these Pokemon. We're going to be coming up to the switch clock here, or the game timer here soon, I believe. So it's really got to get rid of this Giratina Origin, and they're just going to go ahead and go for Dark Pulses straight away, because the longer you let this thing drag out, if they still have 2 Pokemon alive, they win. So hopefully they can farm down. Alright, Charge Move now coming through. They're going to go ahead and let it go. Shadow Ball is still going to hurt. Does a decent amount of damage, but I think that is going to be a wrap. That is going to be a good game. Cresselia as well has some loaded energy, but all they need to go is for that Aerial Ace. Right here, unless they have both charge moves ready. Though they do have the Aerial Ace, so that's going to do neutral damage and close this game out. So that's a huge call, predicting that they didn't have an answer to Mandibuzz after drawing out that Lapras, and that is going to be a good game, very well played. Alright, moving into this next one, we have... Alright, we got Cresselia on the lead. So again, all depends on if there's going to be a Grass Knot here, but we will see the swap right away into the Shadow Skuntank and a counter swap now into Obstagoon. So let's see how much damage a Shadow Sludge Bomb is going to do. I imagine quite a bit, especially if it lands. No, they get 1 shield right there. So the Obstagoon definitely wants to turn this matchup around. Because of the Poison Dark typing here, Cross Chops, oh, they decided to go for Night Slash. That's going to be resisted. Maybe they don't have Cross Chop. Maybe they only have Night Slash and potentially Hyper Beam or Gunk Shot, but let's see how this plays out. Yep, they only have Night Slash for that for that low energy damage, right? Basically, Obstagoon could typically run with Gunk Shot or Hyper Beam as the secondary move, and they are getting 2 shields there as well, which is very nice. We're seeing a swap back into the Swampert, saving the Skuntank as well, and the Cresselia is going to be coming back into this matchup right here. So We'll have to see what is going to be in the back, but Mandibuzz might be very, very strong. Oh, it is the Grass Knot right there that lands for super effective damage, and that was what I was talking about in previous matches, where you may let it go because it's probably going to be a Moonblast, but the Grass Knots really sneak in, and hopefully get to the Earthquake. They do get to it in time. This is going to do a lot of neutral damage in the matchup right here, and very ideal before going down, getting Cresselia that low. So it is going to be up to Mandibuzz again to close this game out for them with the amount of HP and shields they have versus this team. So we will see the Skuntank come back in. The opponent, I guess, is lagging or something, not responding, so they're just going to go ahead and get a free crunch off right here to take out the Cresselia. We will see the swap into Mandibuzz. What is happening? Oh no. Alright, the Obstagoon comes back in. They're going to swap straight into Mandibuzz right here. I mean, this is going to be a Night Slash. It's way too quick to have been Hyper Beam or Gunk Shot. So it's going to do absolutely nothing. And the Obstagoon gets a boost though. And we see another charge move coming through. Mandibuzz is going to let it go. I'm dying to see what that last Pokemon is. I'm guessing it's going to be extremely weak to Mandibuzz right here. So Aerial Ace now coming through for neutral damage. I think this is just going to be enough to take out the Ops. Oh, barely not enough. They can commit to the farm down right here though with Snarl, even though it is resisted because of dark typing. So let's see what that final Pokemon is going to be. Oh man. Farm down, 2 shields, loaded energy. It is going to be a Talonflame. So yeah, this is going to be a good game. Even though these Incinerates are going to do quite a bit of neutral damage, the Talonflame does not have any shield. Actually, this is going to be close. I thought Dark Pulse would have done more damage right there. Oh man, and they're going to be able to boost it as well. So this is going to be an absolute race. It doesn't matter how many shields Mandibuzz has. Let's see if they can get it in time. Oh yeah, they can get it. They can safely shield right here. They have to throw. I think they know that they have enough energy for Dark Pulse, so they're going to have to throw this. Yeah, they do have the Dark Pulse ready to go, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. Came down to the wire right there, though, because you cannot sleep on Talonflame's Incinerates. All right. Moving into this next battle, we have Swampert on the lead versus Obstagoon. Alright, so we'll have to see what is going to be in the back. But this is a decent lead matchup, and all comes down to who decides to shield first, or if the Obstagoon gets a boost. That is obviously something you want to look out for, but we're seeing a sneaky Earthquake come through right here. Probably going to be a no shield as well, and it lands. That is absolutely beautiful here for the Swampert. They will let this first Night Slash go through, and then probably going to look to swap into Mandibuzz to catch the charge move. Maybe in a Skuntank? No, they're going to go into Mandibuzz. They definitely caught the Night Slash right there. So this is a huge catch. They saved the Swampert with a little bit of energy, and they're deciding not to swap out as well. What could be in the back? If it's Giratina Origin or Giratina Altered and Cresselia, I wouldn't be surprised, which means Mandibuzz is just going to absolutely tear through. Another no shield. This might be the Cross Chop this time, which it is for neutral damage, but to no avail. Actually, an Empoleon in the back. That is an interesting call right here. So we'll have to see what that final Pokemon is going to be, but I'm guessing it's going to be probably a Cresselia or something that can beat Mandibuzz, or Charmers, so maybe an Alolan Muck potentially, but Empoleon right here is going to be doing quite a bit of neutral damage with these Hydro Cannons, and the Mandibuzz is just trying to chunk the health as much as they can. They still have Swampert, but Swampert and Skuntank take a lot of damage from the waterfalls, but they let the Empoleon get super low. This means Swampert can come in and farm. It will decide to shield as well. That is a good call because they can get a lot of energy from farming this thing down, and considering that the Obstagoon has no energy as well, things are looking good. Obstagoon decides to come in, so they're going to go ahead and go for the Hydro Cannon, and this might be a tell that it is that Alolan Muck in the back. So let's see what it's going to be. Or it's going to be a Cresselia right here. Fair enough, but Cresselia is not going to like the Shadow Skuntank that is going to be in the back. These Hydro Cannons as well might be trying to fish for that shield, so if they can at least get one in this matchup, it's definitely looking like a strong closeout for the Skuntank with the crunch damage. So here comes the next Hydro Cannon. No shield. The Cresselia is holding on with a prayer, but I think to no avail because the Skuntank is going to be able to come in and take this thing out. So Skuntank, even though it has 2 shields, Poison Jabs are just doing far too much damage, and they cannot one-shot this Shadow Skuntank. So they're going to go ahead and let the first charge move go through. It is going to be the Moonblast for neutral damage, but as you guys can see, Poison Jabs are really tearing through. Now the crunches as well, even though they're obviously going to shield it, if they can get that 30% debuff, things are looking very good, and the opponent does decide to surrender right there. So that is going to be a good battle, very well played, and that was the final battle. So definitely a very strong team. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. That Shadow Skuntank on the safe swap really put in a lot of work in some of those mid-game matches, and obviously we know that flying Umbreon there, the Mandibuzz, is extremely strong for the Ultra League and is very tough to take down if you don't have hard counters. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.